What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we're going to take a look outside at the Japanese top view Ranchu, so make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check out those links in the description and make sure you check out our sponsors, Jimmy Goldfish USA and Star Fisheries. Today we're going to be heading outside and taking a look at the Japanese top view Ranchu. Now I haven't actually really been checking up on them very often. I've been actually looking at the fish once a week over winter because it is still really cold in the UK and I haven't actually fed these fish for about 4 months. So it's going to be interesting to see what condition they are in and how they are looking. Now, generally with Japanese top view Ranchu, they overwinter in the outdoors and they are very good at surviving in very, very cold temperatures and thriving, essentially, doing really well at really cold temperatures. Quite different to how we keep our fancies inside, and at these cold temperatures you can't actually feed them because they cannot digest the food. They don't have the working enzymes in their gut to be able to process the food, so it's going to be interesting to see how they're looking. Now the pond window is completely algaed over, covered in algae I should say. That's the proper English. So we're going to be heading outside and seeing how the fish are actually looking. I haven't done a water change on this since October, so it's been a long time and they've been covered over with polycarbonate to keep as much heat in as possible. So without further ado, let's head outside and let's check it out. So as you can see, it is still quite wet and cold here in the UK, but the Ranchu are still powering through winter. As you'll also notice, there is no view through the front pond window. It's completely covered in algae, as I mentioned earlier. But believe it or not, there are some absolutely happy and healthy fish within the pond here. You'll also see that I haven't quite finished the pond. I still need to get those capping stones done, but I'm sure I will do that once the weather improves. Here you'll see the fish are still quite active, although they haven't been fed for many months. They still look nice and active and happy. We're going to get a little underwater shot for you so you can really see the condition of the fish now. You notice the pond still has a bit of algae covering the walls, but nothing too major as it hasn't been getting too much light in there, and the fish have obviously been grazing on this when they feel hungry, and it gives them a nice natural fibrous diet. Now you can see how dirty that pond window really is. It matches in perfectly with the size of the pond, so the fish clearly think they're in just a generic ordinary pond, but I will get that cleaned off at some point. It's not providing any harm to the fish, and it's providing them with somewhere to forage across to get any nice organisms or feed on the algae. You'll notice that the fish are still a little bit inactive, but no problems or no issues. There are no red bellies at all, and they seem nice, happy and healthy. You'll see the waste being produced by one of those fish, so clearly they are munching on that algae throughout that winter period as and when needed. Now they are a little bit listless as it is obviously very cold. I think the water was around 5 to 6 degrees at the moment in time of filming, and the fish look absolutely great. I'm really loving the colours. With the colder water, you really get a defined coloration to the fish and really nice, strong, vivid colours on the white base of the fish and also that red as well. Really happy with how they've overwintered, and I really cannot wait to get some food going into them and just fastening them up really and seeing how much growth we can get on them for the next year. But overall they look super happy and healthy, really happy with how they've overwintered, and I just cannot wait to see them in some slightly warmer water enjoying the lovely sun that we will hopefully start to get in the next month or so. But overall they are doing absolutely great and the pond is a dream to keep. So I thought that was really cool to see how well the fish are actually doing, and they look absolutely great. The quality of the white skin and the belly, or the red, is looking absolutely stunning, and the fish look like they've just come out of summer basically. They look absolutely fine, well in condition, they're not too skinny, and they look really good. Over the next, I'd say, couple of weeks, I'm going to start introducing a little bit of food. Now it's starting to warm up in the UK, and then we'll get them onto a full 4 to 6 feed per day diet over the summer period to really fatten them up, ready for next winter, and let's see how much we can grow them. Now I also wanted to do a sort of double feature in this video, and I want to talk about the marine tank a little bit, and I want to get some of your views in the comment section below. So let's head over there now, and I'll catch you in a second. As you can see, here is the marine tank. I've done a few videos on this one, not too many. I've done a video on the maintenance, the way it is kept, and all of the equipment, and as well as the amazing livestock within it. Now, for, I would say, the past 6 months, but probably longer, I've been thinking about keeping a Randa, which is a goldfish variety I've never kept. Some of you may know where this is going already, and some of you may not. Now, the marine tank has been doing absolutely fabulous. I've tried a new method of filtration using the airlift. If you haven't watched those videos, then make sure to check out the airlift video I did, where I explain how the filtration system works in this tank and how the method of water keeping keeps this tank in absolutely great condition. This tank is super low maintenance. I don't do any water changes. It takes me about 10 minutes per week to do maintenance. All I do is clean the glass, feed the fish, and change the filter fleece, and that's essentially all I do to this tank. Occasionally, once every 6 weeks or so, I will hoover the gravel or the sand to make sure there is no buildup of detritus, but overall the fish tank is doing absolutely great, and I'm so pleased with how it's done. Now here is the potential conundrum or problem I have. Because this marine tank has done so well, I feel like I've kept all the fish, they are thriving, they are doing so well, all of the corals are really happy, they are growing, and everything is just too good essentially. And I think I'm getting a little bit bored, which is probably something I shouldn't really say, but that is the honest truth. The tank is super low maintenance, everything goes successfully, which I think essentially is all we want from our hobby. Nice and easy to keep, amazing enjoyment, and just really enjoyable to watch the species grow that we keep and everything that we look after. However, this is the problem I'm currently facing. I really am enjoying this system, and it's done so well. It's far exceeded all of my expectations, and the airlift has worked. The first airlift marine tank that I know of and can find, and that anyone else knows of in the world. And I've successfully built the homemade protein skimmer. The tank is low wattage. It only costs around, in winter, 50 to 60 pounds to run this 1600 litre tank. It has just exceeded all of my expectations and done far better than I could have ever imagined. However, I feel like I'm at a stage where the tank is only going to get better with age, but it's really where I want it to be. I've added pretty much everything I wanted to add, and now I'm feeling, what should I do next? Do I keep this tank? And this is where I want you guys to answer in the comment section. My dilemma is, do I keep this tank, watch all the corals grow in, everything thrive, and it just becomes an amazing, easy to keep, low maintenance reef tank, or do I try something new and start the Randa aquarium that I've been wanting to try for a long time? I've really been thinking about keeping a Randa for the past 6 months. However, I have wanted to keep them for quite a few years now, especially those big jumbo NK farm ones, the big Godzilla ones as well. And that is what has been playing on my mind. Do I make this into a huge fancy goldfish tank, potentially one of, if not the biggest fancy goldfish indoor aquariums in the UK? Who knows? I want to hear your comments down below. Obviously, it is going to be a big shame if I do have to dismantle this tank, and it is going to be a lot of effort and very difficult for me to find homes for everything. But that's the weighing scales. Do I start this potentially awesome indoor fancy goldfish tank, which I think would be absolutely great for the channel, provide loads of content, we can watch the fish grow from small fish up to large parent fish, potentially even spawn the Arandas. There are so many potential possibilities that we could do. So I really want to have your input. Do we just stick with the marine tank, keep with the outdoor top view Ranchu and video their progress over summer, or do I try something a little bit different with this tank? And I want to hear your thoughts. So I'm going to head up back to the sofa and finish the video up, but let me know in the comment section below what you guys think at home. So that is the end of the video. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think of the Ranchu as well outside. I'm so pleased how they have come along. And also let me know what you think about the marine tank. Do we keep the tank and watch it grow into this amazing reef that it already is? Or do we try something new, fill it with absolutely huge, fancy oranda, high quality oranda, or do I stick at what I'm doing? I do like change and I do like to try lots of different things, so I'm leaning towards the oranda a little bit, but then it would be a big shame to shut down the reef. So let me know down below, as I've said, what are your thoughts? Am I completely crazy and bonkers for even entertaining the idea, or do you think it might be something amazing that we could see on the channel? Thank you all for watching as always. Hopefully this video has been interesting and potentially a new direction for the channel, but let me know down below. If you do want to have your fancy goldfish or your fancy goldfish aquarium featured on the channel in our tank tours or rate my tank series, then you can pop a comment down below or email me at fancygoldfishfanatics@gmail.com and I'll do my best to get yours set up on the channel. So that is it for today's video. As always, thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.